Hello, children of God. Today we'll be talking about sinning.
Okay, so we're getting older now. I'm about 63. How old are you?
64.
Always got a one at me. So I thought we'd do a
What's 20,
video.
what's funnier than 25? What is it?
24. What's funnier than 24? 25.
Nice.
So we're getting older. Not really, just for fun though. So I thought we'd do a video on what growing up is.
Nice. I remember when I was younger and I was like 13, 14, and I had this family friend that was older. He was like 7 or 8 years older than me. And I was always like, whoa, that dude's old, yo.
Yeah,
And I got to that age and I was like, dude's still old because he's still growing too. But I was like, damn, that age that I thought was
it's
old
not that
isn't old.
old.
Yeah.
What's funny? In grade six, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be married by 24. No, 24, 26, and then 2 years after, I'm gonna have my first kid, be young, grow up with them.
Now look
Not
at
even
us.
close.
Broke. Don't have anything. Got no friends.
Broke is a little harsh, but
I'm broke as
but
fuck.
I'm definitely not anywhere close to having a kid. But do you remember how like that was just what you like everything was so idealistic? Like, yeah, married
Different
young,
though. I never thought
have
like
a
that.
kid. Never?
No.
Oh, okay. That's funny. That's actually one of my points.
I never was like, oh, I need a time to do these things. But even now, I'm like, I don't want to do these things.
Interesting. Okay, that's a good transition because for me, growing up is realizing that other people want to live very different lifestyles than you do.
Sonder.
Sonder, like just like you said, like, are you basically saying you don't want kids?
I don't want kids.
Okay, so in my mind, I've always wanted kids.
I don't.
And it's weird to me when I hear people say like, "Oh, I don't want kids at all." I'm like, "Why?
Why?
Like, how does that make sense?"
Why is that weird to you?
It's just something that I never thought. In my mind, everyone kind of like thinks the same and is going to live similar lives. But that's
When you were a
something
kid.
when you're a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
So growing up is realizing that some people want to travel all their lives, like spend a year in Germany, spend a year in Portugal, a year in here, Japan, this and that. Other people I just want like my white picket fence, my family, my dog in
Wow.
like the city of Toronto.
People want
And
that?
yeah, that's what see? This is my point. We're growing up right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even it goes to job too. Some people go from job to job and that's what makes them happy. Other people want one job and
That's it for
that's it
life.
for them and that makes them happy. Some people want a job that fulfills them. Other people want a job that just makes them money so they can do the things that fulfill them outside of work.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of different ways to live a life and as
Well,
a
it comes
child,
from
I thought
like
everyone would live the same life.
it
I
comes
thought
from
everyone
like
wanted to.
what you're surrounded by, how you're brought up, what you've been through. A whole bunch of things change everyone's ideas of what's real. That's why there's politics, man. That's why they're always conflicted because there's always so many different opinions
Hmm.
of what things should be.
I mean, who's to say what should be, right? I guess that's up to the
That
individual.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's
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 where
why there's
the.
voting.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned politics and voting because similar to the lifestyle thing, I thought everyone had the same political views. Everyone
That's so
wants.
not true. I know
I
it's
know.
crazy. Growing up, you think so, but then when you get to an age where it actually starts to matter and voting counts, it's like,
Yeah, it'll come out in
oh,
conversations
all the
that
time.
you won't even try to have like a political, I don't know, like anything political, and then someone will just say something. It's like, oh shit, like we think differently. We
For
have very
sure.
different views on this, and that's okay. It's okay to have different views, but again, just in my mind as a child, I'm like, yeah, everyone wants everyone to be wealthy, and everyone wants a family
Yeah,
and
yeah. That's just how well, the place that we were brought up in, like the suburbs. I don't want to talk politics, so I'm not
middle
gonna say nothing
liberal.
about me.
Yeah, we're not gonna sure.
But yeah, that's fair. Definitely, that's an example of what else changes. There's so many other opinions change as you grow up. You become wiser, you learn more, you find what's true to you. I think that growing up is a lot of time management. You got to figure out how to manage your time, what to do with it. Like it goes so much faster when you're older. When you're young, I remember just like hanging out with my friends all day long, sun up, sun down, just doing whatever I want to do and like having fun. Now it's like, whoa, got to schedule hanging out with my friends, and I got to like manage my time so I can hang out with people and do things that I want to do other than work. It's definitely a side way to look at it, but
No,
growing up
it's
is definitely
it's.
time
I mean, it's
management.
reality. That's like life as you get
Yeah,
older, right? But I
yeah,
think similar to managing your time with friends and social and work, I think energy is right up there with it too,
mm-hmm.
because you can only give so much energy to all these different people, and just like your time, it's a resource. You have only so much of it. You got to recharge.
Yeah, definitely. Now we do. Back then, I used to just go, 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 go.
Oh, we didn't have as many
Yeah,
responsibilities and like
and I wouldn't be
stuff
going
running
as
down our
hard
heads.
in certain things. Like sometimes I'm up late doing work versus like back then I used to be up late just like watching movies and playing video games, or just hanging out, sneaking out and whatnot. So I used to sneak out, and now it's like I don't even want to go out late. You know, I used to sneak
I'm
out of
trying
the
to
house.
sneak back in the house
Yeah, you
from
go
being
to,
out.
legit, yeah. Go out and have a drink. I'm like, oh, I need to go home now. Tomorrow.
You know what's funny? I also think another thing is growing up is not being carried inside when you fall asleep in the car.
Oh, true. I used to not fall asleep in the car. I used to fall asleep watching TV. Like I'd watch anime on like YTV or whatever late night, and then I'd always fall asleep during it. My mom would just like move me to my bed
I was the opposite.
in the car.
Yeah, I was glued to the TV as a child. Like they would
Oh, I'm talking late though. This is like 12,
even
1.
so, yeah, they would like people would talk to me and I'd be like, I can't like I don't talk to me and I'd turn up the volume on the TV.
Holy.
Yeah.
No, I'd fall asleep when I was watching anime.
Cars put me to sleep though, heavy.
The cars would too, and then there'd be that point when you're getting off the highway and like you'd feel it,
Yeah,
and
like
then you
the
wake
slowing
up,
down, yeah.
and then you'd wake up and be like, oh, I'm almost home. I know that turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd always get that. I come from here actually, from my grandma's.
Yeah.
Going home, I used to always do that. But even that now, it's like I can't remember last time I slept in a car. You know?
Really?
Yeah. You sleep in cars? You sleep all the time.
I drive most of the time
Yeah, that's
now,
what I'm saying.
but no, not as much now. I feel like I'm more mentally stimulated, or
Yeah.
I'm thinking about things that I have to get done or whatever. So
Yeah.
it keeps me kind of
Even if I'm not driving, I'm
mentally
still like
active.
awake and like making sure the driver's awake. You know?
Yeah. But if I'm in the back seat, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
If I'm driving or passenger, I don't really fall asleep.
Depends what time of day it is.
True.
If it's like that mid-afternoon, oh, I'm going to sleep. You know? Take that siesta. For some reason, in the evening time, I'm more awake. Like when I'm driving at like between 10 and 10 p.m., maybe even earlier, like 9 p.m. and 2 a.m., I'm like awake. But sometimes I'm driving in the afternoon, like when I was coming home from school in the summer, I was like, whoa, this tough.
I feel like traffic puts me to sleep.
For sure. Even either traffic or going smooth. You ever feel that on
Yeah,
smooth?
yeah, sometimes smooth too.
Yeah.
There's that in between or like curvy, windy roads that'll keep you awake.
Yeah, just not focused.
The
Like,
road's too straight, and you're moving too slow, or you're moving too easily.
yeah, that's just. Don't sleep and drive, guys.
Dude, on my road trip, my friends always clown me because I was driving and I would be slapping my leg to keep myself awake.
Oh, really?
And they'd be like, "Mark, just pull over. We're switching. Like this is dangerous."
Damn.
Like okay.
You're like fully just drifting off.
Actually, like I would just open my eyes, like, oh shit, they were closed for a little bit.
What I would do sometimes is like either pump the music or like all windows down at the same time, no matter the temperature. Cold, all windows
Yeah.
down.
You know what I started? Well, that's uncomfortable, but it makes sense.
Makes
to
you
wake.
up.
What I started doing is I started barking out the window. You know, like ASAP Ferg work, like hur, hur,
You do that?
I do that, yeah.
Out the window,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
another dog just looking at you like, you're not
They're
a
like-
dog. Checking you up and down. Who's this barking guy?
He speaks our language. Mhm.
Yeah, fuck. Driving and sleeping is not good. There's always so many times I just want to like pull over just for like 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Just like,
It actually, you should though. You should. I think they really, really recommend that. It's not worth it. I'm pretty sure driving sleepy is
It's
worse
bad.
than tired than driving drunk.
no, not worse.
I heard it is.
Well, I don't want to like say that driving drunk is bad. Or is not as bad. It's probably the
Well,
worst
they're both bad. So both bad.
Both
End
bad.
of the day, both bad.
Both bad. Nothing's less bad, but some of them are more
Sorry,
bad.
maybe more risky is the word that I'm looking for.
No, driving drunk's way more risky.
I'm pretty sure they're comparably like.
If I got pulled over by a cop, there's no way he's gonna tell I'm tired. So by the time he's there, I'm like this.
Yeah, but the act of driving itself. Because the thing is, when you're sleepy, you don't realize you're like closing your eyes and falling asleep.
When you're drunk, you're just
when you're drunk, you're
doing
just
it.
like slow and making dumb decisions.
or fast and making dumb decisions.
Yeah, well, sorry, your reaction time and your thought process is slow.
Regardless, both bad.
Regardless, both are bad. Don't do either.
But if you're tired,
Sleep.
just pull over a little bit.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's like all the cars on the side of the road. If that's what they're doing.
dude. What was
They're
it?
just like
2 days ago, I was on the 2 days ago, I was on the highway and there was like 3 cars pulled over
Randomly.
within like a kilometer of just for no reason.
Probably take sleeping a little bit.
Good job, guys.
Like, so you driving by, you see one car pulled over, another car pulled over. You're like, that's it. I gotta get to. They're
It's
getting naps. And
It's
I'm
like
getting
counting
napping.
sheep. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
it'll get you there.
Growing up is being tired while driving. Oh, guys, I'm so tired right now.
Retweet.
Seriously.
Yeah, actually, I'm not that tired.
City driving, I don't get tired at all. It's so.
Yeah, it's too hard.
So
It's too hard to get.
Yo,
tired.
it's really hard.
It's what's that word? It's not stressful, but it's like you have to be alert.
Stimulating, alert.
Stimulating. Yeah, it's very.
You have to be alert. You have to be like on all the time.
Like you'll be alert in city driving, even if you don't want to be.
Oh, you have to be. You just like have to look everywhere all the time.
Bikes.
And like, yo,
dude,
if
bikes
you're-
every time. I'm always
Yeah.
like bikes. Even if I'm at a right turn, I'm like, is there a bike?
Oh yeah,
there?
same.
Because you never know.
Same. Yo, new drivers, I couldn't imagine being a new driver in the city. Like, say it's your second week driving, and you're like, just go on your mom's car, and you're gonna go to your friend's house, but you live like downtown. You got to go uptown.
Dude,
I'd be shook.
also the streetcar tracks that kind of look like you should drive on them. I drove into one of the first times I was driving in Toronto, and I started going down this tunnel. I was like, oh my
No,
god,
you didn't.
I'm about to run into a train or like a streetcar, and there's about to be one behind me. I had to reverse. I almost cried. I was so scared.
I was
I
crying.
was so
My
scared.
dad had a bike when he was younger, a motorcycle, and he was in the city, down on Queen and Dufferin area. And I remember he telling me a story about how he had his bike, and when I think it was raining a bit, but he was like just biking on his way home or something, and then he like got his front tire. You used to be able to get your front tire in the train track, like you just pull it out, like pop it out. But like one time he got his front tire and then his back tire in.
Oh my god.
So he just like went and like skidded and then fell and like slid for like so fucking far.
Jeez. That is scary.
I remember on a bicycle too, I'd always like have to cross those, and I was like just like pulling up the
You have,
handlebars.
you have to like turn hard so that it's not, you're not very parallel.
Exactly.
You're very
if you're any
almost
parallel with it, you're in
perpendicular.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Guys, be careful out there.
Growing up is wearing a helmet.
Growing up is yeah, being
Definitely
like, I
wearing
need
your
to wear a
helmet.
Yeah, we
Like
talked
being
about
smarter
this.
with your decisions and what you got to do, and like more safety. Like I used to be not afraid of heights, and we used to flip off things, like just backflip off random shit.
Literally, yeah.
Now it's like
There's no way I'm doing that.
Chance I'm flipping off anything
Yeah.
right now.
Dude, you know what's funny? I was gonna say growing up is realizing you're not invincible, but then I was like, nah.
100%.
Like, I still feel kind of
100%.
invincible.
No, 100%. So
Well,
much more.
sorry, I mean in like the like my physicality in terms of exercise.
Yeah.
Actually, but even then, no, I'm not, because I can overdo it, and if I don't get enough recovery,
Yeah,
I'm
that's the
toast.
thing. Like growing up is understanding what an injury would do to you.
Yeah, how
You know, like,
debilitating it is.
Yeah, how debilitating it is.
You ever got a cut on your fingertips?
Yeah.
It's the worst. You can't watch
Anywhere on your fingers, man.
Dude, you don't realize how
I have
often you
one.
just like bump into things with your fingertips.
Yeah, you always get one cut or a bump, and you always bump it 1,000 times after that. Oh my gosh.
Always.
Growing up is also knowing that you fall harder. Because you're taller up, you're bigger, you're taller.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to fall like all down all the time, but I was only like 3 feet. Now I'm like,
You just can't walk. You just always fall.
just jumping off shit and just like woo, and just like falling. Now it's like I fall way further.
That is true. Yeah, there's just more. I don't know.
When I see my grandma almost fall, it seems like she's gonna fall for like. Seems like she's this tall falling. She's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know.
Yeah.
Growing up, you fall harder.
This one's a little more serious. Growing up, you use money to optimize your lifestyle.
That's damn serious.
Yeah. No, it's cool though, because like, I don't know what.
Well,
it
as
would
you're a
be.
kid, you could too. Like I'd still like buy video games.
Like for
with whatever
example,
money I had.
I don't know. This example just popped into mind. Like a standing desk. Like if you're working and you're
Sure
grown up,
was.
like you would spend money to be like, oh well, this is better for my life, better for my health. To stand up every once in a while, I'll get a standing desk.
I think your decisions
like
with
that.
your money are different when you're growing up. Because when I was younger, I would have just bought like an Xbox.
Yeah, you also don't really have money as a kid, so like,
If I did
what
have
do
the
you-
money to buy an
Yeah.
Xbox or a stand-up desk, like obviously I'm getting a.
Mhm.
What am I getting? An Xbox.
An Xbox, yeah.
So I feel like you have to be smarter with your. Yeah, you're right. We also don't money when you're a kid.
Well, you do have to be smarter, but then I think you naturally just, hey, well, I could fix this by buying this thing, so let me optimize this part of my life
Fair.
by
Yeah,
or make
yeah,
it
yeah.
easier this part of my life or whatever. Another good one is growing up is realizing that the world isn't black and white. We live in the gray
Yeah, or the colorful.
or the colorful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's definitely
oh
a
yeah,
lot
that's
more-
probably more. That's more
more colorful.
accurate actually.
Gray's
Just a
just
mishmash.
like. There's a short Disney animation called I think it's called Alike.
Alike?
Yeah, have you seen it?
No.
It's about this kid and his dad, and his dad's like goes to work in an office, and the kid just goes to school. But like the dad walks the kid to school every day, and then the dad is like a gray blue color, and the son's just like a bright orange, and then everyone around is like all gray because like everyone's just like doing their work,
Mhm.
mundane life, go to school, blah blah blah, and then they always pass by on the way to school this like mound of this everything's gray in the whole movie or whatever short. It's a mound, and it's like a green mound, and this guy's playing violin on the mound, and the kid always like so happy with it. And then as the story goes on, like the dad's like, "Hey, we gotta go to school, we gotta go to work, blah blah blah," and then they just like their colors fade, and it's super sad to see.
Damn.
Don't let your colors fade. Growing up is not about not letting your colors fade.
Yo, that's actually a sick line. Don't let your colors fade.
Yeah,
That's dope. Yeah.
I'll recommend it again later, and you should watch it. It's actually so good. It made me
Okay.
so sad recently. Like, damn, is that me? Am I gray?
I don't think you're gray.
Am I like a light blue, like a gray blue,
Mm,
like a blue outline, but like gray on the inside?
maybe.
Damn.
I don't know. I've never analyzed you like that, so
True,
I'm
true,
just speaking off the top of the dome right now.
Growing up is watching what you're saying.
Watching where you sing?
What you're saying.
Oh, what you're saying. Oh, 100%.
Just like growing up was like being more conscious of what your actions.
Like other people's feelings?
That too, and like what your actions cause.
You know what too? I think it's watching what you say, but also realizing the weight of your words and and your
And your
actions and their
actions, yeah, for
consequences.
sure. You can hurt someone real bad.
Speaking of hurt feelings, and feelings in general, growing up is prioritizing your health and happiness before others.
Ooh,
And not in
very
a
true.
selfish way. I mean, you can't, or maybe you can, but you maybe shouldn't help someone before you help yourself.
Yeah,
You know, like I loved when I was a kid, I would help people with their mental problems or emotional problems, just like through talking, just as a kid, right? Um, but it was kind of at the expense of my own mental health and happiness because it kind of brought me down and I wasn't in a good enough place to really help them in
hmm
whatever way that I could. So now it's like I will distance myself from certain conversations or people's or situations, not because I don't necessarily want to, but it's like, hey, I would love to help you, but I need to make sure that I'm good before I enter in this
yeah.
conversation and I know where I stand.
I was watching a Twitch streamer recently, and it was like someone commented in the chat and it was like something so dark, and it was like, oh, like I'm super depressed, like help me, blah blah, blah. And he's like, yo, it's like, I have nothing to say to you because I can't give you that
Mm-hmm.
because of like who who I am in my life. I can't, how to explain it.
Was he going at an angle of like, it's not my responsibility or
No,
it's
more
not up
like
to
I
me?
can't take the
Oh,
stress of everyone else's
mm,
pressures and of life on me just because I'm like a content creator, and there's more people like gather like to in while looking at me kind of thing. It's like I can't take on all these tasks and all these people's stresses and all these. Can't be like, oh, like you'll have a better day, and then someone else comes to me and is like, oh, I want to kill myself, and then it's like, oh, you shouldn't do that.
yeah.
Just like it's like too much every day. He'd be like talking to somebody about something, and just like
Yeah.
mentally, he has to, like you said, focus on himself and what he needs to do before caring for other people.
Yeah, that's a whole
And
other
then he has his own
conversation.
personal relationships and family and
Yeah,
friends that
he's
he has
dealing
to
with
take
his
care of.
own stuff already.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. And to take on like entire Twitch chat, like no, it's so hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really complicated. And in relating to complexity and just life in general, growing up is coming to terms with the fact that there are some things in life you will just never understand, and that's okay.
Private islands, private jets.
What?
No, I ain't never gonna
Yeah, I'm
understand
never gonna
that.
understand having a soda filter stream water thing.
Yeah, soon I will. Yeah, SodaStream, baby.
You just bought it?
Yeah, two
So
days ago.
it's not here yet.
Should be here today.
Damn.
Maybe by the time you leave, you get a nice little soda water.
You should wash your face with soda water.
Give it a try.
Yeah. Might
I'm gonna
burn
try
though,
some
so do
crazy
not.
soda waters, bro. I'm gonna like make all teas into sodas,
Dude, speaking of whoa.
right?
So would you make it hot and then do it or cold tea?
Cold tea.
Okay, cool. Interesting. Dude, speaking of like
Whoa.
kitchen devices, I got an air fryer. I want to air fry everything. I want to look for things to air fry even when I'm not hungry.
Growing up is finding things like little things that
Like
make you so
appliances.
happy. Yeah, little appliances that make you so happy.
Dude, it's you know why? Because it's literally just a mini oven with a
Mhm.
fan. That's like the only difference. But it's also super portable. It's really fast. You just can't cook a lot. But I just want to. It's fun. You have like a little tray thing that pulls out, and then you want to like throw stuff in there and shove it in and press the button.
Chicken nuggets, eh?
Chicken nuggets. Oh
Take
my
you the
god,
same amount of time?
faster.
How much faster?
It could be done in like 15 to 16 minutes.
How do you know?
Because you set it for 10 minutes, and then you flip them, and then you put in for like five or six or eight, depending on what you want, how crispy you want it.
Hmm.
But I overdid it on like 8 minutes. I bumped it down to I think 6, and it was good.
Oh,
Yeah, so 16 minutes total.
60
It's
minutes,
fast.
fried chicken nuggets.
It cooks it faster. The fan makes it cook faster and
Cool.
get hotter faster. That's
Cool.
why. But yeah, there's just some things in life you'll never understand. I relate to this mostly with relationships where, I get broken up with and I'm like, I don't understand why this girl doesn't like me and like why she broke up with me, why it went down this way. Sometimes there is no rational reason. Even if there is a reason in her head, you will probably never get to know that or never truly understand it from where she is. And like, that's okay. You just got to be okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like why people do things, why,
Yeah,
certain
just
people rub you the wrong way.
growing
or
up is not finding the answer sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to accept the fact that you'll never know. Is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
Like
much.
there isn't an answer for everything. You don't have to understand everything.
Like what's in Area 51, we will never know.
Never know.
You have to accept the fact that you will never find out what is there.
They have the next generation of air fryers.
And soda streams. Soda stream your blood in your body. You're like a soda man.
You're like fizzling inside.
Uh,
Growing up is planning your days around grocery shopping. Dude, like
100%.
I'm like grocery shopping is like the biggest
It
thing
is
in my
number
day
one. It
half
has
the
to be number
time.
one.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, that's got to be number
And you know
one.
what sucks too? It takes so much energy out of you to grocery shop. You
You
ever
have to-
get home, you put all the groceries, you're like, oh my God.
Dude, you have to
I
have
fall
lunch
asleep.
before you go grocery shopping. So you have to like
You have
wake
to
up,
eat.
do your thing, have lunch, go, get all the groceries, come back, put them away, eat dinner. It's a whole day, man.
Dude, from leaving the house to coming back in and putting all the groceries away, that's like a 3-hour thing.
Yeah, and
Which
then
is
you
a
gotta-
lot of time.
then you gotta
Talk
nap.
about managing time and energy. This is a huge time and energy suck.
Oh, it's just like one day of its whole thing.
hmm I plan so much around my grocery day. I have like one day a month that I get groceries. I get so many groceries. It's like the biggest
You don't
thing
go
in my
other than
day.
the Costco trip?
If I have to
Like what
go
about bread?
to Loblaws or something super quick.
What
Yeah,
about
like
bread.
if I need something super quick, but generally I eat the same things over and over again, so I'll just go to Costco.
Marc's built like that. You just can eat ground beef, vegetables, and rice for 2 weeks
Dude,
straight.
you were like
I
laughing
can't.
at me. What was it? The cottage trip, and I had pasta for breakfast, and you got
We
super
went to the
weirded.
beach.
Oh, the
I
beach.
picked him up at 9:30 a.m. This guy's eating pasta ground beef penne with a tomato sauce out of a Tupperware, 2 portions full of it.
Yeah, it was blessed.
9 a.m.
It was blessed.
I don't know. He felt good on the way to the beach.
I don't know. Maybe you're gluten intolerant or something.
Maybe a little sensitive.
I'm pretty sure pasta is not the easiest to digest, and because
Yeah.
of bloating and inflammation, it may not be that good for you. But for me, it goes down pretty easily.
9:30 a.m. Penne.
9:30 penne. Okay, here's probably the last one. It's a little more serious. Growing up is realizing that you have a lot more in common with the people that you dislike than you think.
That's so intense. These are so intense, bro.
This is just what I think about sometimes.
Holy shit. Are you good? Who
Yeah.
don't you like?
Nobody. I don't think I really hit anyone. Yeah, this is another conversation, but I feel like I'm too understanding with like just everyone's got this leads into it where everyone is human, everyone makes mistakes, everyone's trying their best. So I don't really hold anything against anyone. Yeah, there's relating back to the black and white conversation, there's certain things that are like no, 100% this is no. Hate, racism, hurting others. Unless it's UFC, I guess, but there's certain things that are like no, none of the time this is okay. But in general, like people were sending me pretty hateful messages on TikTok and just I don't know.
Yeah, what about the people that hate you?
It's like, look, if you misinterpreted what I said, then sure, I should have worked on my communication better to get my point across. But it's also 60-second video, so like you're gonna misinterpret a lot of things. So I don't hold it against them. Sure, it's annoying and it still sucks. And then maybe there's someone who was mean to me as a child or something annoying happens, like someone cuts me off on the drive, and I'm like, okay, look, the person who cut me off, we're both trying to get to our A to B spot. Like, just do your thing. Like, I don't care enough. I don't want to put as much mental and emotional energy into other people and let it affect me like that. So I logic my way out of disliking people, I would say 99% of the time.
Sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's another thing for growing up. Growing up is like just letting something go. If you're having a little argument with your friend, just let it go. It's not worth it. What, you're gonna hold this argument with your friend for 5 years? You need to see them at every single event? Just let it go. Who cares?
I think that's a really good point when
Okay, like,
when you're talking about friends.
Filter out and clear out that mental space where it's like if you're arguing with somebody, like I said, if it's your friend, like it's just more mental clutter in there. Like, dude, you ain't got the space for that. We're old.
Running out of storage space.
Running out of storage space.
I only got
I
a
gotta
couple terabytes in here.
Keep that over there.
A couple gigs.
Couple gigs left.
No, that's a really good point. And speaking of like situations with your friends, similar to letting go is like just I don't need to be right.
Yeah.
I mean, is that an ego thing?
No.
Well, if you feel the need to be right, would that be an ego thing?
Probably.
Probably partially.
Yeah.
But I think letting it go and not feeling the need to be right, and even just being okay with being not understood or not fitting in necessarily. Like I think there's a lot of things that you could umbrella into the category of let it go. Like it's not worth it. This isn't a good use of your time and energy. Like life is so short. Like why spend your time and energy feeling this way, thinking this way,
Growing up, another one. Growing up is sharing recipes. Think about it.
I'm gonna send you some air frying recipe.
Yeah, would you ever share a recipe when you were a kid? No chance.
I don't think I've ever shared a recipe.
Wow.
Well, I shared with you the how to make your own hummus recipe, but that's like
There you go.
That's not my recipe. That's just
Yeah,
a
but you still
recipe.
share, like, none of the recipes are
Fair
my
enough, fair
recipes.
enough. Okay.
Like my mom's or like someone or like
True.
growing
Yeah.
up is sharing recipes, man.
Yeah. We should start like a weekly, monthly cooking club.
Maybe in the summer.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Like, we just like hang out. You
Potluck.
make something, I make
Just call it
something. Yeah, like a
yeah,
potluck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do some potlucks in the summer and just like hang out in the backyard and just bring people. Everyone's gotta bring something.
Mm-hmm.
Sit, eat, drink, listen to music.
Yeah. That'd be sick. I can't wait for the summer.
Share recipes.
Share recipes. I cannot wait for the summer.
Same.
I'm
Soon.
done with this cold weather.
Soon. Okay, I think we should call it there.
I think we should call it there.
Thanks.
Thanks. I'm kidding.
I'll see you
I was
guys
copying
next
him.
time.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you
Thanks
later,
for
guys.
tuning in. Bye.
Peace. That was like in between being preachy and just like fun conversation.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
enjoyed that one a lot. Do you look at my voice? I like this. Okay.